I'm going to shuffle the cards so you can see the faces of the cards. And I'm going to shuffle rapidly, so if by any chance you get dizzy, you can stop looking, okay? Now I'd just like you to think of any card. It may be a card that you saw or not. You have a card in mind? Okay. I'll give you one opportunity to change your mind, then I'm going to ask you to commit to your card in a very specific way. So would you like to change your mind, or you want to stick with the card you have? You stick with the card you have. I'm going to ask you to take the deck and go over there, and we won't look. And if you're thinking of a 4, you'll just take 1, 2, 3, 4 cards and put them in your pocket, and then bring the rest of the deck back. If you're thinking of an ace, that would be 1, a jack would be 11, a queen 12, king 13. I won't look, we won't look. Well, but the premise of this trick is that there's no way that one can discern what card somebody's simply thinking of. Right? And that's probably the case. Unless I get very lucky. Yes, and put them down and cut the deck in half, but don't complete the cut. Like. Yeah, that's good. No, like so. Okay. So, which pocket did you use? That one? So, the card you're thinking of is in one of 3 places. It's either here, or it's in your pocket. Correct. Did you look at any of the cards? No, sir. So you don't know where it is? No idea. Obviously, I have no idea because I don't know what it is. But I'm getting the feeling that it is here. Not in your pocket, not here, but here. I don't want you to tell me which one it is, but I want you to have a good look at these. And your card is here, is it not?
Correct.
Correct, your card is here. Good. Now just picture your card if you would. Huh. A black card? Huh. It wasn't a black card. Gee. That was my first impression. Well, would you just say it in your mind a few times? The blank of blank, the blank of... Oh, that's a surprise. Hardly anybody ever thinks of the 3 of hearts. That was it. Yeah. That's the 3 of hearts. That's phenomenal. Hi there, I'm Allan Kronzek, and this is the explanation of Think of One. As you saw from the effect, the spectator freely thinks of any card in the deck and you locate it. The deck can be borrowed, the deck can be shuffled. I begin the trick by placing a key card in the 13th position. Yes, it uses a key card. There are a lot of ways to get a key card 13. My favorite is this. After the spectator has shuffled, I explain, I'm going to shuffle the cards with the faces towards you, and I just want you to look at them. And I begin shuffling, and often I say, if this makes you dizzy, you can look away, because it's like a strobe effect. And I begin shuffling, and as I shuffle, I am counting to 13. So that was 2. And when I'm at 13, I glance down and remember the key card, and that's the 3 of hearts. And then I continue shuffling. And I reinforce in my head 3 of hearts, 3 of hearts, 3 of hearts, because it'll be a moment or two before I use it. And the spectator is looking at the cards, hopefully not getting too dizzy. And then I place the deck down in front of the spectator and say, think of one. You can think of one card that you saw that stands out, but you can think of any card you like. You have a completely free choice, and the spectator does. You got one? Now I'm going to ask you to commit to that card in a very precise way. But before you do, I want to give you one opportunity to change your mind. Would you like to think of a different card, or are you going to stick with whatever card you have there? They do whatever they want to do. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is take the deck and go over to that corner where nobody can see you. Or I'll leave and let the spectator stay here. And if you were thinking of a 6, for instance, you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards and put them in your pocket and then bring back the rest of the deck. For a 10, you'd put 10 cards, a jack is 11, a queen 12, and a king 13. And when you're finished, bring back the rest of the deck. You can have the spectator do that. Or sometimes I have the spectator, I'll turn my back, and the spectator will take the cards that corresponds to the value of their card and put them in the card box, like so. And I haven't seen that, and the card box will be on the table. Spectator says they're finished, I turn around, and now we're ready to proceed. I ask the spectator, while I was turned away or while you were over there, did you look at any of the cards? And they say no. So you don't know where your card is? They say no. It could be here. Why don't you cut these cards in half but don't complete the cut? I usually say that first. They cut the deck. So your card could be over here, it could be over here, it could be over here. Nobody knows. I'm going to see if I can find the location of your card. Now I do this like divining rod thing, as if I'm looking for some impulses from the cards themselves. I like to hover over the card box for a moment or two, not touch it though, and maybe the spectator is thinking, well, if he knows how many cards are in the box, he's going to know what the value of my card is. Some people will be savvy enough to recognize this, but at that point, I dismiss the box, and nobody ever thinks about it again. No, it's not there, it's not there, it's here. And this is the original top half of the deck. We get rid of these completely. Now I say, I'm going to spread the cards, but don't tell me which card is yours. And if the spectator is across from me, I will spread this way so that the indexes are towards the spectator. If the spectator happens to be over here, I'll spread the other way. So they're looking for their card, and while they're looking for their card, I look at the spread and look for my key card. And here it is, the 3 of hearts. Now I could count these cards and subtract from 13, and I'd know the value of the card. I do a little mental shortcut. I go, as I'm doing this, at 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I know that they have chosen a 6. They're thinking of a 6. Now I peruse the spread again, and I'm looking for 6s. And there are 2 6s in the spread. 6 of diamonds, 6 of spades. And at this point, the trick goes into multiple branches. So there are several ways it can go from here on, and that's true of every performance. Now the spectator will either say, yep, it's there, or nope, it's not there. So let's deal with yes, it's there. Now I immediately know it's either the 6 of diamonds or the 6 of spades. And I have many ways I can go from here. I can just pick up the deck. I can do this, which I often do. It really depends on the moment. I might give it a little shuffle and then take out one card and place it down. What I've taken out is the 6 of spades, okay? But I place it on the table and I say, I believe you were thinking, I got the impression you were thinking of a red card. And if they say, yes, they were, then I know it's the 6 of diamonds. But they assume that this is a red card. So now I will say more about this red card. Not only was it a red card, it was a diamond. And it's not a picture card, I'm getting a number card. And it's a spot. And then I hesitate as if I put down the wrong card. I think I'm one off. No, it's not that one. It's this one. And now I put down the 6 of diamonds because they said it was a red card. I asked, what card were you thinking of? Boom, and we have their card. One question asked, that's it. I put down, now backtrack, I've put down the 6 of spades, and I've said, it's a red card. And they say, no. You weren't thinking of a red card? No. Oh, dear me, I say. But guess what? I wasn't thinking of a red card either. What was your card? 6 of spades. Turn it over. they turn it over, 6 of spades. It's very strong, very direct, shocking. Because remember, all they did was think of it, you divined where it was, and then you nailed it. That's pretty direct. 2 other reveals. It's either the 6 of spades or the 6 of diamonds. You can just fish. You don't have to take the cards out. I get the impression it was a black card. You're taking a guess. They say, yes, it was a spade. Just picture it in your mind. Why were you thinking of the 6 of spades? Very shocking revelation. You'll see when you try it, very strong. And if they say no, it wasn't a black card, oh my goodness. Picture it in your mind. Oh, no wonder I didn't get it right away. Hardly anybody ever thinks of the 6 of diamonds. That's another reveal. Okay? So, back to the scenario. I've spread these cards again, and they say, don't tell me which is yours. It's here, isn't it? And they say, no, it's not here. Are you sure? And now I double check, 6 of diamonds, 6 of spades. So now I know it's either the 6 of hearts or the 6 of clubs. So we get rid of these, and all it'll take is 1 fish. And I usually go with red. And if they say, I'm thinking, you're thinking of a red card, if the answer is yes, it's a heart. Why did you think of the 6 of hearts? Bingo. If you're wrong, you can just name it the other way. No, it wasn't a red card. Well, then let's try something else. In your mind, would you just keep saying the name of the card, the blank of blank, the blank of blank, the 6 of clubs? Jaw drops. Very surprising revelation. That's a Carol Fox revelation. So that's the basic method. Now, in this scenario, there were 2 possibilities, but it can turn out that there are 4 possibilities or no possibilities. That is, either there are 4 6s there, or there are no 6s there. And each one requires a different approach. If there were 4 6s here, I would have to fish for the color. You're thinking of a red card. If they say no, now I go into the same, I know it's either a club or a spade. If I've got 4 of them here, I'll do just what I did when I had 2 of them. I'll put down a spade and say, well, then you were thinking of a club. Yes, I was. And it was, now we'll say things that are true. It's a number card. It's an even number card. But I think I'm 1 off, and now I'd switch to the 6 of clubs. And if they said it wasn't a club, funny, I wasn't thinking of a club either. What was your card? The 6 of spades? The 6 of spades. Okay? So I hope that's clear. If there are none of the value there, then you have to do the same 2 fishes. I usually guess red. Again, if I'm right, I haven't made any mistakes except that it's not there, but it's a red card. I'm getting a heart. If I'm wrong, I say then let's try something auditory. Just think of say it to yourself again and again, the blank of blank, the blank of blank. Now it's coming through. Why did you think of the 6 of diamonds? That's very strong as well. And that's the worst case scenario, is that none of the cards are there and you have to do 2 fishes. That rarely happens, and often when it does happen, the fishes are correct. So you don't make any mistakes other than the card isn't there. When there is just one of the value there, I'm taking out one of the 6s. So now I know it's a 6. I've said your card is there. They say, yes, their card is there. This is another revelation. If there's only one, I know it's the 6 of diamonds, and I can reveal it any way I want. I can name it, but I like to go with that. I've just put my hand over the box and 2 packets of cards and divined correctly where it is. So now what I do is find the location of the card, and here I see it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards from the bottom. So if I just remember that, your card is here? Yes, it is. I'll split these in half, do the divining thing again. It's here. And now I'll spread the cards like this and begin eliminating. That's 5 cards from the bottom. And eventually you hone in on it, get rid of all the other cards, and don't do that little peek I just did, and you end up with 1 card. So, remember what just happened. They thought of any card. You said you would find it, locate it, you did. They acknowledge it's there. Now you push out 1 card. You've asked no questions. Name the card, 6 of diamonds. That's the 6 of diamonds. So those are the multiple branches that you will get. Sometimes you'll have 3 selections and the card isn't there, so you know it's the only one that's missing. And I think you, from this explanation, you can pretty much map your way through any scenario. But I want to show you a good way to practice, which is how I practice. Once you get the hang of it, and here of course are the 6 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's how we knew it was a 6. Let's now go back to the beginning again. I'm going to do the effect. Spectator can shuffle. I'll just show you a different way of setting the key card, and that's asking them to think of a card, any card they want, and giving them the opportunity to change their mind, and then explaining the procedure. If you're thinking of a 10, for example, I'll go away, or you go into that corner, you would deal down 10 cards and put them in your pocket, or put them in the box. If there were a king, you deal 13 cards. So now I've just dealt 13 cards, and say, you understand what you're supposed to do? And I'll put these on top and glimpse the bottom card. So now my key card is the ace of diamonds, and it's in place. They take whatever number of cards they take. Just take a random number, place it in the box. To review, spectator cuts the cards. I keep track of which way they cut them. I know it's here. I declare the card is here. Don't tell me which one it is. There's my ace of diamonds, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. They've chosen a 7. I look at the spread, 7 of clubs, 7 of hearts. They say it's there or it's not there. If it's there, we've already gone through that. It's either the 7 hearts or 7 of clubs, and you can reveal it in one of the ways I've shown. You can put down the heart and call it a club, or you can just fish, and if you're right, you just nail it. And then, rather than in a practice session going through this whole thing again, I will pretend that they put 1 card in the box and it's an ace. So now I go through the spread and I see there's 1 ace. If that's my scenario and they say it's there, I would do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the top and get it divining rod style, or I would just name it. If they say it's not there, then I know I have to fish. I have 2 black aces and 1 red ace that it can be. So in this case, I'll go with the odds and tell them you're thinking of a black card. If the answer is no, I nail it with the ace of hearts. If the answer is yes, you do 1 fish, and if you're right, you make no mistakes. Now I'll do exactly the same thing and pretend that I know the value is a 2. And I go through here, and there's 1, 2, same scenario. Then I'll go through it again. No need to shuffle and spread the cards out each time. I'm looking for 3s. There are no 3s here, so now I know the scenario I have to use. The card's not there, but I know it's a 3. I'm getting the impression of a low card. Yes, that's correct. A black card. No, it's not a black card, or it is. And if I'm right, I'll guess it's a spade. Not a spade. Say it again a few times in your head. Oh, no wonder I didn't get it. Not everybody thinks of the 3 of clubs, and you name it. Now you go through the same scenario with 4s, 5s, 6s. So you can practice with the same spread, and it really takes not a great deal amount of time before you're able to nail it and see the situation very clearly and know what's there and what isn't there. And the spreading through cards, taking your time, the excuse is you're just showing them, making sure they can see all of the cards clearly. Sometimes I will repeat the trick on demand. People ask, can you do that again? Well, as a matter of fact, I can do that again. But here's a little touch that I like. After they put cards in the box, on the first performance, I might say, and cut about half the cards over here, and they do, and let's just do this. So it's in one of three places, here, here, or here. In the first scenario, I say, it's not there, it's here. Now on a repeat, I'll just tell them, and cut about half the cards over there. And they go like that. And I go through the process, and I say, oh, last time it was over here, but now it's over there. So it doesn't seem like it's always the same pile. They will not notice the difference of which direction you cut the deck. And so then you spread these, and you go through the process, and you can name the card. This sounds fairly complicated, but once you work on this, you know, in 10 or 15-minute sessions, just nailing it, in performance, it goes very, very smoothly. And most of the time, you're dead on. And trust me, when you try this, it feels like mind reading to the person. It's like, as you saw in the clips, how the heck is this possible? I just want to cover two other things. One, you spread the deck and you say to the person, it's here, correct? And they immediately see their selection. Let's say it's the Queen of Spades. And they say, yes. Now, I don't want to scan the deck for queens because they've already said it's there. So I'm not sure how many queens I have here because they said immediately, yeah, it's a queen. So I just say, excellent. I said it was going to be here, and it was. Now think of it. And now I'll pick up the deck and count how many queens I have. There's the Queen of Spades, and there's the Queen of Diamonds, there's the Queen of Clubs. So now I have to go into a fish. But the point being, if they say it right away, don't be staring at the cards. Pick them up and figure out where you are now. So I know, let's say we said it was the Queen of Spades, but my scenario now is I have in my hands Queen of Clubs, Queen of Hearts, and Queen of Diamonds. So I'll go with the odds and say I'm getting the impression it's a black card. And if I'm right, if I'm wrong, I know it's a diamond, and I'll go into the one of the endings I explained before. But let's say I know it's a club, or they say, yes, it's black. I will take out the spade and say, and I think you're thinking of a, are you thinking of a club? And if they, and I don't put the card down, are you thinking of a club? And if they say yes, and I'm really holding the spade, I've taken out the other one. You're thinking of a club? Yes. And it's a high card, is it not? It's a picture card, right? Now they just know it's a picture card, and when I say it's a picture card, they believe I'm holding the Queen of Clubs. I said it was a club, I said it was black, I said it was a picture card, and now I'll say, but it's not this one, it's, and then I'll take out the club. They name the card, boom. Or another scenario of taking out the club, and were you thinking of a spade? And they say, no. And I say, oh, good. For a second, I thought I made a mistake. What was your card? Queen of Clubs? Queen of Clubs. Okay? So I just wanted to go over that other way of fishing. I think that pretty much explains all of the processes. I'm trying to remember if there's anything I'm leaving out. When I put this trick together, I was not aware of a Bob Hummer trick called the Mind Reader's Dream, which used 2 key cards to go after a mental selection, but I found that out afterwards. But otherwise, the tricks don't resemble each other. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. My name is Allan Kronzek. Thanks for purchasing this trick, and please, if you like it, leave a review. Thanks.